Hello, Arya.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. What do you want to do today? Hello. Yes, Arya. So today your doubts are on the topic functions.
Yeah.
Okay. So let us come to the first doubt here. So let us see the first doubt that you have asked me. Now in this, it is given that fx is equal to cos 2x and gx is equal to 2x square minus 1. Okay. So
Mhm.
in part A, we want to find f of pi by 2. So in that, you'll just substitute x as pi by 2 in fx. So it will be cos 2 into pi by 2. 2 into pi by 2. That will be cos pi. And what will be the value of cos pi?
-1.
Yeah, for that, yeah, it's good that you remember this standard unit circle. So pi means it is on the negative x-axis. So the coordinates of this point are negative 1, 0. The x coordinate is cos. So this will be just negative 1.
Mhm.
Okay. Then the second part of the question, given that g o f x can be written as cos kx, find the value of k. So g o f of x. That is what? G of f of x. Okay. Now, Arya, you also respond so that I
Yeah,
know you are understanding properly. So tell me, how will you
yeah.
do this? G of fx.
So in this case, because it's pi over 2, would it be g of -1? And then finding g of
Yes, you
-1
can
by
uh, see, first of all, you want to express it as cos of kx. So directly don't use that value. Okay. This is not g o f of pi by 2. It is g o f of x. Okay, I came
No,
to
I'm talking about b.
no b. Sorry, I will come to b afterwards. First, I'll do this because I noted it first. So tell me, g of fx, how will you do it?
Um,
G of
g, so it's
fx,
g of f of x.
correct. G of cos 2x. What you said is
So
correct.
then,
That is for part B. But part B, by mistake, I noted part C first. So let us do that first.
mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
G of cos 2x. Now, how will you write G of cos 2x? It will be 2 cos square 2x minus 1. Okay. And you want to
Mhm.
write this in the form cos of kx. So think of this. How will you do it?
Cos
Okay. I just give you a hint. Think of the double angle formula for cos. Tell me cos 2x. What are the three forms of double angle formula for cos?
um cos 2x is cos squared theta minus sine squared theta.
Arya, you are writing the formula for x, so why you jump for theta suddenly? Then you will make a confusion somewhere. Tell me in terms of x only, cos 2x. In terms of x, it will be cos square x.
Cos squared x minus sine squared x.
Okay. Don't unnecessarily change the variable. So while substituting, you make some problem. Okay. What are the other forms of this? Other two forms?
2 cos squared x minus 1.
Great.
And
Okay, the third is 1 minus 2 sine square x. Okay,
yeah,
but now come to this. Cos 2x is 2 cos square x minus 1. And here you want 2 cos square 2x minus 1. So what will you do? 2 cos square 2x minus 1. Tell me, how will you write it using this formula? Yes.
yeah. So you would do cos.
Tell me. Just replace.
Sorry.
Correct. Tell
Yeah.
me. Tell me.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry. Yeah.
How will you write 2 cos square 2x minus 1 using this particular identity? You want to write 2 cos square 2x minus 1 in the form cos of kx. Use the identity. You want 2 cos square 2x. That means you have to replace this x by 2x. So on the left hand side, what will happen if you replace x by 2x? Tell me.
So if you multiply it by 2 on this side,
Yes.
then you would divide it by 2 on the other side.
Why confusions? Just put x as 2x. So you will get cos of 4x.
Okay.
Okay, Arya. Whatever is a simple problem, don't make it unnecessarily complicated. I want 2 cos square 2x minus 1. So I'm just replacing this x by 2x. So on the other side also I'll replace x by 2x. So it will become cos of 4x. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is cos 4x. That means in your problem, whatever is k, that is 4. Okay with you or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So come to that B part that I missed by mistake. So I will do that B here. So try to do it yourself and tell me because half of the answer is ready with you.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we'll just check it. I'm giving you 1 minute to do it. It is not a big problem. So just take 1 minute, do it, and then we'll discuss.
Does it equal to 1?
Okay, how you did it? Tell me stepwise.
I did g of f of pi over 2, and then
Correct.
f of pi over 2 is -1. So
Correct.
g of -1 is 1.
Good, great. But go stepwise, yeah? Each step will carry a mark.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 mark or 2 marks like that, depending on the steps. So don't jump the steps. So it is g of -1 and then put it in g. So 2x square minus 1, that is 2 into -1 square minus 1. That will be 1. What was the answer you got?
1.
Correct. Okay. So do you want to do this? I'll just give you 2 minutes to finish this. Yes, Arya. So the question number 3 is okay with you? Any doubt in that?
Yeah. No, I think it's fine.
Okay. So come to question number 5. And this question I will solve taking your help. Think that I am your student. Can you give me a tuition for today?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can give, that will prove that I have taught you something throughout the year, isn't it, Arya?
Yeah.
Okay, so do it. So gx is equal to e to power 3x minus 2. Okay, so come to the first part. Find g of 0. I am giving you 2 minutes. Try to do it. Yeah. Then,
Yeah.
so tell me how you did it.
So I substituted x for 0. So it was e to the power 3 times 0
Arya,
minus 2.
Arya, you are substituting 0 for x, not x for 0.
Oh, yeah. So that, yeah.
Okay, so do it. Okay,
And that's 3 e to the 0 minus 2. E to the 0 equals 1. So 1 minus 2 is negative 1.
great. That's great. Okay, come to part 2 of A. Okay, again, I'm giving you 2 minutes. Try to do it. Done.
Yeah.
So how you did it?
So so g of 0 is negative 1. So f of negative 1, if we substitute negative 1
So
into
first you
the
write
equation.
it as f of g of 0. Okay. G of 0 you already got, correct? So f of
Yeah.
negative 1. Then 2 into negative 1 cube plus 3. So what is the final answer you got?
1.
1. So negative 2 plus 3, that is 1. Okay. And the last part of this, you want to find out f inverse of x. So tell me the steps to find out f inverse of x.
So you would just swap the x and y. So if f of x is y, then y equals 2x cubed plus 3. Then you
Good,
would write it as x equals 2y cubed plus 3.
good.
And then solve for y from there.
Yeah, so solve for y. Make y a subject.
Yeah.
So how will you do it? 2y cube is equal to,
X minus 3.
correct. So y
Y
cube is,
cubed
yeah,
x minus 3 over 2.
good.
And then cube root of that equals to y.
Correct. And at the end, write it as f inverse of x.
Yeah.
So f inverse of x is cube root of x minus 3 divided by 2. Okay. Now, in this case, let us just extend this problem. So can you tell me what will be the domain and range of fx?
Um,
Whenever you are confused area, just sketch it. Okay. And even it is a non-calculator question, you can easily sketch it. So fx is equal to 2x cube plus 3. Now, I have already taught you the sketching of the curves. So what things you are going to think while sketching this curve?
the y-intercept.
Okay, y and x intercept. But before that, you think about x is tending to infinity because here the x is over the whole real values. So if x is tending to negative infinity, what will happen to y? Yes.
If x tends to negative infinity.
See that x has an odd power, isn't it?
Yeah,
Negative to odd power is what? Any negative number to odd power is what?
negative.
Negative. Obviously, infinity is not a number, but if x is tending to negative infinity, x cube will tend to what?
Negative.
Negative infinity.
Yeah.
So in terms, y will tend to negative infinity.
Yeah.
So your function will come from negative infinity. Now, as you said, think of the x-intercept. Now, for x-intercept, what you are going to do? We'll put y is equal to 0. Okay. So that is 2x cubed plus 3 equal to 0, or x cube is negative 3 upon 2. So x is cube root of negative 3 upon 2, which is negative. So x has an intercept on the negative side. So keep it in mind that this is just the sketch. And what will be the y-intercept?
3.
3. Put x is equal to 0. So y-intercept is 3. So let us take say 3 here. And this is cube root of negative 3 upon 2. So this is on the negative side. Okay. So I'll show this curve by a red pink line. So it will go here. And keep it in mind that it will become a bit flat at negative 3 because this is a cubic curve. And then it will, as x tends to infinity, obviously y will also tend to infinity. Somewhat like this. Okay. And if you want to sketch the inverse function, what will happen? The y-intercept will become x-intercept, positive 3, and x-intercept will become y-intercept.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now again, see your inverse function and think of x tends to negative infinity in the inverse function. F inverse x is cube root of x minus 3 upon 2. So there, if
Yeah.
x tends to negative infinity, what will happen to y?
It will also tend to negative infinity.
Correct. So the function will come from negative infinity, pass through this, and then we'll go to infinity. Obviously, this is just a sketch, somewhat like this. And as you can
Yeah.
see here, the domain is also, because see, in domain, which points will omit from the domain? Tell me. What are the points? Yeah, correct. Tell me.
Well, if domain is, so the domain is the values of x.
Correct.
But if it's going from negative infinity to positive, then it would have all the values, right?
Yeah, here it is having all the values, but my question is, suppose a function is given to you. Okay. How will you decide the domain? Which points you will be omitting from the domain? Obviously, if there is a vertical asymptote.
Yeah.
Okay. So at vertical asymptote, your function will be undefined. Now take for example, you have a function, you have a graph. At 2 there is a vertical asymptote and your function is somewhat like this. So you'll say that the domain is all x belonging to R, x is not equal to 2. And similarly, if there is a horizontal asymptote, you will take it away from the range. Now in this case, there is neither a horizontal asymptote nor a vertical asymptote. So the domain is whole x belonging to R as well as the range is whole y belonging to R. Okay, this was just a revision for you because you are out of touch for a long time, isn't it? You enjoyed a lot in Dubai, then you forgot Mr. Prasad, isn't it? I think almost after 2 weeks you are taking a class, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So come to the sixth one. Problem number 6 from your doubt. So fx is equal to ln x plus 5 plus ln 2, where x is greater than -5. Can you tell me, Arya, why this particular restriction is given to you? Why x should be greater than -5? Think of it.
Because in the bracket x plus 5, if it was less, if it was like, for example, -5, then it would just equal 0.
Ln 0. Okay. And ln 0 is a vertical asymptote. Okay. Ln of 0 is undefined. How is the ln graph? Tell me. At 0, the ln graph goes to, because ln or the logarithmic function is the inverse of exponential function. So at 0, the graph will go to -infinity. It will pass through 1, and then it will go to infinity. So for ln x plus 5, at -5, there will be a vertical asymptote. So your graph will go somewhat like this. Basically, ln x plus 5 is what type of transformation on ln x? Can you tell me?
A leftward shift.
Horizontal shift by 5 units towards left. Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously, logarithms are not defined for negative values. So if we take any value of x that is less than -5, x plus y will become negative and logarithm will not be defined. Okay, so now for this particular function, you want to find out the inverse function. So try to simplify your fx first. How will you simplify your fx?
Ln x plus ln 5 plus ln 2. So that's ln
First
x
of all,
plus
what
ln
is, see, you are just jumping the steps. Go stepwise. Ln x plus 5 plus ln 2. First use the law of logarithm. What is log x plus log y?
log x times y.
Correct. So do that first. So it is ln 2 into x plus 5. Then you can open the bracket. So it is ln 2x plus 10. Now take the steps. to find out the inverse of this function. How will you find the inverse? First, replace fx by y, and it is ln 2x plus 10. So what will be your next step?
X equals ln 2y plus 5.
Correct. You will interchange x and y because you are interchanging the domain and the range. Now, what will be the next step to make y a subject? When you are finding the inverse function or writing the inverse function, you will make y a subject. So what will be your next step to make y a subject?
So x minus y equals ln 2y.
No. Here you first change the logarithmic function to exponential function. Ln means what is the base? E. So how will you change this to exponential function? Tell me.
Would it be e to the power x equals?
Correct. So using the definition of logarithm, 2y plus 10 will be e to power x. Okay. And now make that y a subject. So 2y is equal to 2y is equal to e to power x minus 10 and y is equal to e to power x minus 10 divided by 2. And that will be your f inverse x. Now, obviously here, purposely I'm taking each and every step so that you understand it properly. Okay?
Yeah.
In exam, like the last step, you can directly make y a subject. Y is e to power x minus 10 upon 2. But as far as possible, don't jump the steps. Okay? So try to do this. Okay, so let us come to the B part of this problem. Now here it is given that gx is equal to e to power x. Gx is equal to e to power x. And we have to write g o f x. G o f x, giving your answer in the form ax plus b. That is, you have to write the answer as a linear function. Okay, so I'm giving you 2 minutes to think of this, then we'll discuss it. So yes, tell me what you did here.
So I wrote g of f of x, and then
Yeah.
f of x is ln 2x plus 10.
Correct, ln 2x plus 10.
So then substituted that into e to the power x.
Correct. So gx
So I
is
got
e to power x. So it will be e to power
ln 2x plus 10.
correct. ln 2x plus 10. Good.
And then that's 2x plus, yeah, so then in the form ax plus b, it would be 2x plus 10.
Correct. Because can you tell me the reason behind it? Why you're directly writing it as 2x plus 10? E to power ln 2x plus 10. We are writing it as 2x plus 10. What should be the reason behind it?
Because when you're doing
Because basically e to power y is equal to e to power x and y is equal to ln of x. How these two functions are related to each other? They are inverses of each other, isn't it? We have done this.
Yeah.
Exponential function e to power x and ln x. These are the inverses of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if there is a function fx whose inverse is f inverse x. So what is f of f inverse x? What is
Just the
f of
inverse.
what is f
So
of f inverse x?
that would be
Arya, we have done all this. Why are you forgetting? F and f inverse, won't they go? It will be just x.
yeah.
Yes. So here E and ln, they are cancelling or they are inverses of each other. And hence you will get just 2x plus 10.
Yeah.
Arya, November is coming near, so please be in touch of the. I want you to get a 7 in the exam, please.
Yeah.
So be in touch. Any doubts here, always solving them. So go through everything. You should not get confused on any question. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
just do that, please. Okay. So let us come to the next one. Here there are functions given to you. Fx is e to power x. Okay. And the other function given to you is gx is equal to ln 1 plus 2x. Okay. So you have to write down first f inverse of x. Fx is e to power x. So what is the inverse of this function? Yes, Arya.
Yeah.
What
So
is
the inverse would be ln x.
correct? Ln x. So e to power x and ln x. These are the inverse functions of each other. Okay. So the next thing is you want to find out f o g x. Again, I'm giving you some time. Try it and we'll discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So how will you do it? Tell me.
So g of x is ln 1 plus 2x, and then we'd sub that in, so f of ln 1 plus 2x,
Okay.
and f of x is e to the x, so e to the ln 1 plus 2x.
Correct. So, and then come to the third part. Yes, just try the third part, then we'll discuss all of them together. Yes, sir. Did it?
Yeah.
So what you got there?
I got y equals 1 plus 2x.
1 plus 2x. Okay. So let us check that out. First of all, f(of)(gx). I will just do it for you. You can check it. F of gx, that is ln 1 plus 2x. Then f of ln 1 plus 2x, that is e to power ln 1 plus 2x, which is just 1 plus 2x. So already that you have got. Then come to C part. You want to find out f of g inverse of x. Okay. Now take f of gx as y. So y is equal to 1 plus 2x. Now I'm not taking all the steps. You can quickly do it. So x is equal to, bring 1 on the other side, y minus 1 and divided by 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Or rather, you can do it in the other way. So first you replace x and y, or at the end you can replace. So y is equal to x minus 1 upon 2, and that is your inverse function. Now, my one question here is that it's very important to know what is the relationship between f of g inverse and f inverse and g inverse. It's f of g inverse equal to f inverse of g inverse or g inverse of f inverse. Keep it in
I'm not
mind
sure.
that, yeah, so keep it in mind that this always order changes. So when you take the inverse, it will become G inverse of F inverse. So this also can be asked you to verify that F of G inverse is equal to G inverse of F inverse. So we can verify it here. Okay. G inverse of F inverse of X. Okay. And what is your F inverse of X?
Ln x.
Ln x. And now put it in your G inverse. First of all, what is G inverse X? Find out G inverse X. G of X is equal to ln 1 plus 2x. Okay. So take G x as y. So y is equal to ln 1 plus 2x. Now interchange x and y. So x is equal to ln 1 plus 2y, which gives 1 plus 2y as e to power x. So y will be e to power x minus 1 divided by 2. Okay. So now you put this there. So G inverse x is equal to ln x. So in this, G inverse x of ln x. So put x as ln x there. So e to power ln x minus 1 upon 2. Okay. And what is e to power ln x again?
E to power ln x, did you say?
Yeah, e to power ln x. What it is equal to?
That's just...
It is just x because e and ln, they are inverses of each other.
Cancels out. Yeah.
Yeah. As such, they don't cancel, but they are inverses. So f of f inverse x is just x.
Yeah.
And now check, are you getting this?
Yeah.
X minus 1 upon 2. So keep this in mind. This is a very important property of inverse functions. So when you take the inverse of FOG, it is not F inverse of G inverse, but it will become G inverse of F inverse of X. The order will change. Okay. And similarly, if it is GOF inverse, what that will be equal to? The order will change. That means it will become F inverse of G inverse of X. So this particular property of inverse functions, note it down and keep it in mind. Many times this can be asked to you as verify what it is equal to. Okay. So you have to change the order. So if it is FOG inverse, then change the order, it will be G inverse of F inverse of X. And if it is GOF inverse, then it will be F inverse of G inverse of X. Clear? Just note it down.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So let us come to your next doubt here. Yeah. So here fx is equal to root of x plus 4 where x is greater than or equal to -4. And that is obvious because if x is less than -4, square root of negative number will be a imaginary number or complex number. We are dealing with real numbers. And gx is equal to x square, where x is belonging to R. So first thing that you want to find out is g of f of 3. Try it yourself, Arya. I'm giving you 2 minutes. And then teach me how to do it.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, now you are my teacher. Teach me. I want you to teach me this question. Then.
Yeah, so g of f of 3, and then you'd substitute it. So f of 3, you'd put 3 instead of x. So 3 plus 4 is 7, so root 7.
Correct.
And then g of root 7 is, and then g of x is x squared, so root 7 squared equals to 7.
Great. You are a great teacher. Yeah, Arya?
Yeah.
Okay. So come to the B part. Yeah. F inverse X.
So just swapping over x and y. So if y equals x plus 4,
correct,
then x equals root y plus 4.
Yeah. So first you take y as root x plus 4. Correct.
Then you swap it over. So x
Correct.
equals root y plus 4.
Yeah.
And then I squared both sides to get rid of the root sign.
Good.
So x
Great.
squared equals y plus 4.
Yeah.
And then take 4 from both sides.
Great. Now, if we take fx is equal to x square, what type of transformation is this?
If fx is, sorry, say that again, please.
If you take the basic function as fx is equal to x square, because you'll need it in CPAT. Okay. So if you take fx is equal to x square, whose graph you know already.
Parabola.
Parabola, correct. And where will be the vertex of this parabola?
On -4, 0.
I'm talking about fx is equal to x square.
Oh, just 0.
0, 0, origin.
Yeah.
So your u will be somewhat like this. Now think of this. What type of transformation will be this x square minus 4?
So horizontal shift to the left by 4.
No, 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 no. It is not horizontal. You are not replacing x by x
Oh,
minus 4. But you are replacing.
vertical shift.
Correct. It is vertical. Okay. Because this is in the form f of x minus 4. So it is vertical. But vertical shift is incomplete answer. What more you have to mention here?
Vertical down, like
Down by how many units?
4.
4. So where the vertex of this parabola will come?
0, -4.
0, -4. Good, correct. And where will be the x-intercepts? Put y is equal to 0. You'll get x square plus 4 is equal to 0. That will give you x as -2 or
And positive 2.
Yeah, correct. So the two x-intercepts will be at -2 and +2. So your graph will be somewhat like this. So whenever the question on domain range comes, better to sketch a graph so you get a clear idea. Okay. So now you find out the domain of f inverse of x. And you want x to be greater than -4. The other way is just sketch your graph of fx. Fx is equal to root of x plus 4. So x is greater than or equal to -4. Okay. So that means here, when you sketch this graph, it will be only above the y-intercept. So your graph will look somewhat like this. So you can do this by sketching fx also, root of x plus 4. Okay. So the graph will start from -4. You want all the values above -4, including -4. Okay. And where is the y-intercept of this? Put x is equal to 0. It will be square root of 4. But if I take square root of 4 as plus and -2, it will not be a function. Why? It will be many to 1. So I'll take only the positive square root. So your graph will look somewhat like this. And when you invert it, it will look like this. Okay. So what will be the domain of your f inverse?
X is equal to or greater than 0.
Great. And can you tell me what will be the range of this f inverse?
-4 to infinity.
Yeah, that means y is greater than or equal to -4. In both the cases, x belonging to R and y belonging to R.
Yeah.
Okay, so all these are okay with you, whatever you have
Yeah.
done today. So we'll do this much today.
Yeah.
Enjoy the day ahead.
Yeah. Thank you.
So welcome. When should